So I know I open every vlog going like, today's a huge day, but like today's the first day I've like truly meant it. You see, I've been a content creator for almost 2 years, and those entire 2 years have been in the anime space, and yet I've never been to an anime convention. This is mostly because, you know, COVID, and there wasn't massive groupings of people for a long amount of time, but now, since COVID it's not gone, but now that people care less, we're going to Anime Expo. Anime Expo is a massive 4-day anime convention in downtown LA. And I am not only a featured speaker, I get to interview mangakas and important executives for Bandai Namco. On top of that, Harmmy Anime also wants me to stop by their booth so we can do another statue and another unboxing. So this is the beginning of an unboxing video. It took a lot of searching, but we found Harmmy. Oh my God, the statues they have here. So Harmmy Anime guys set up a bunch of licensed statues. They have a whole booth with everything here, and I can't wait to show you guys because these are truly incredible. Probably the best statues here. Look at this Saitama. We have Genos on the bottom here. We have another Zoro. Gotta have Zoro. Look at this. The movement on this is absolutely gorgeous. Of course, we have Itachi and the Susanoo. This isn't the one I have. This one is different. And then we have Gaara with Shukaku. Look at how incredible this is. I have wanted that statue for so long. The sand effect on Shukaku is so gorgeous. And then obviously we have Law here with his room. And then Datara on the C2 bird. Look at the size of this bird. That whole bird is one piece. And then we have Saint Seiya here to finish it off. So I am actually lucky enough to be doing another statue collaboration with Harmmy Anime guys. Unfortunately, I can't pick it up here because they didn't have enough space to bring it. So we're gonna be checking in with their actual physical location in a couple of days, and we're gonna get our biggest one yet. What do you guys think it's gonna be? Pause the video right now, put it in the comments, and if you're right, I don't know, I'll give you a little kiss. So like I said at the Harmmy Anime booth, Harmmy Anime didn't have any statues for me to take away during AX. They had to pack their truck full of the boxes for the 12 statues that they brought, so they just didn't have space to add another box into there to bring for me. Especially considering the fact that the statue I'm getting today is literally the biggest one they have in the store. Yeah, the statue I'm getting today is not only almost $2,000, it's so big it needs 2 boxes. At least, that's what I've been told. Unfortunately for me, I'm an early riser, and apparently the Harmmy Anime crew is absolutely conked, so their store won't be opening for another hour, but you don't have to wait an hour. Only I do. So I'll check back in on my way over. All right, well, the hour's up, so I'm heading over to Harmmy. Let's hope everybody's there. By the way, this is as good a time as any to show off all of my brand new stickers I got at Anime Expo. Look at the reflexive Inosuke. We got Anya, we got Charmander hanging out. We got a different kind of flame over here in Calcifer. We got the Hatsune Miku Peeker, and then we have my favorite, which is Kirby, and then we have the reflexive Sailor Moon, and then obviously we have Al. So fortunately for me, they were here, and I've made it into the store. What's kind of wild though is AX was a big weekend for them, and they sold out of a lot of statues. So they are doing a huge restock right now, which is good for you actually. It means basically everything I'm about to show you is A, very much on sale, and B, brand new. And one of these statues is coming home with me, and here's a little hint, it's one of the biggest ones in here. You guys are gonna recognize a couple of these statues from AX because these are licensed statues that they had at Anime Expo, but we have the Saint Seiya to start. And then one of the newest things I've seen at Harmmy Anime, obviously we have the Tengen in here using his sound breathing, but apparently Harmmy Anime custom makes display boxes to match the statues they sell. So if you were to buy, oh, I don't know, some gorgeous statues like this Sasori with his third Kazekage and his favorite puppet, or this Datara riding on a C2 bird having Toby tag along, you could have a custom display case made with all of these beautiful lights. But now to get to my favorite statue in the entire store, we have Netero True 100 Hands. Look at the detail on this. All I'm saying is it would be pretty nice to have a statue to match my tattoo. And then we have another Jiraiya in the pain fight here. You can see he's got the Sage Mode face on, but alternative face right here. Look at the size of that Rasengan explosion. And then we have another example of how these display boxes work. Look at the beautiful lighting, how it makes Rengoku glow. And then we have the piece de resistance. We have the Naruto in Shinko with Kurama behind him. If you look closely, man, you could see all of these tiny Narutos holding up different kinds of Rasen shuriken. And while a couple of these statues and figurines were here the last time I was here, we got this brand new Rengoku jumping out of his manga panel. Look at this to scale Tony Chopper. He looks so happy. We have this to scale Psyduck with his little question mark and then his little friend here. We have these brand new both female and male Muzan statues. They even give you his hat so you can put it on his head if you want to. We have this absolutely stunning alligator. We have Luffy in the black shirt breaking the mirror. Not sure what part this is from. I'm only on Water 7. We got this thunderclap in Flash Zenitsu and our first Chainsaw Man statue in Power. I mean, who else would it be, am I right? We got the cool kids at lunch all hanging together on the bleachers and Goku breaking Nappa's back. On top of this, we have our brand new edition Hokage Kakashi with the Susanoo eye in the back. This has some really cool details like Pakun there, his Anbu mask, and the bells. And we also have everyone's favorite snake boy, Iguro. And then lastly, we have all the evolutions of Mewtwo, and look at the baby Mew right there. Best part about this process is you just pull up your car, they throw the boxes in the back, and then boom, brand new toys, baby. Okay, so through literal sheer will, I was able to get this package into my office. But when I tell you this was the hardest thing I've ever had to carry into this house, and I have a couch, I mean it. Finally, we are in position to build our brand new statue. So I feel like I've already done a pretty good job putting into scale how large this box is, but let me pick it up for you just to show you. It's as big as me. While you were talking to women, I was studying the blade. And just like that, baby, she's open. Low key, last time, destroying the outside box was really satisfying, but it also made throwing the box out like almost impossible. But that is future Nick's problem. Oh no, I forgot there was a knife on there. These actions were performed by professionals. And now the box beneath the box has been revealed. But here's the thing about this box. It doesn't instantly give away what's in here. In fact, you won't find any hints about what's in this box all around the side of it, which is really bad for me because it's kind of how I build every statue. The only real hints are the Akatsuki clouds on the side and the massive Naruto sign on the top. But enough about the box. Let's get the statue out here. Here's your first hint. I got the second to last of this line. I got 567 out of 568. This is its certificate of authenticity. Fortunately for me, unlike these two statues, this one has straps on it to make it easier to pull out. So let's go ahead and do exactly that. Oh yeah. Oh, it's all coming along. Yep. Yeah, this is the easiest way to do it for sure. Definitely no other way to go about this process. Oh God. Woo. Super easy. Now, let's get this bad boy open. All we gotta do is release those, pull those off, see you later, and now, seasoned weebs might know what they're looking at here. Seems to be a lot of gray, and that's quite the large bird. I got very confused for a second because I was like, I don't see a base anywhere, and then I realized there's another layer to where all the pieces are. Surprise, surprise, Nick got sweaty and had to switch to his unboxing shirt. In order to get that layer out though, so I can safely get to the base, which is under all of this though, I had to remove the bird, but the people at Harmmy Anime put the fear of God into me because they said if I put the bird down on something that's not padded, the wings would break, so I put it in Dorothy's corner. This feels like a really good time to remind all of you about who today's sponsor is, guys. Harmmy Anime, who have a location in the Santa Anita Mall in Arcadia, California. But if you guys don't live in the Arcadia or Los Angeles area, Harmmy has not only one, but two separate websites where they sell statues just like this. And on top of all that, guys, they have an Instagram that you can follow that'll keep you up to date on all of the brand new statues they either have in store or online. Okay, so now that the heaviest piece is out, we can lift this up, we can put this to the side, and once we put that to the side, we see a couple of other very large pieces here. Come here, I'll show you. So as you can see, we got a couple of bodies, and I'm sure you guys can guess which bodies are gonna be found in this statue, and then we also have the base, which is probably gonna weigh like 20 pounds. But that's where we start, the base, so let's get to it. I know people were probably freaking out about the new camera angle, and they're afraid Nick wasn't gonna do this whole thing crisscross applesauce on his office floor. floor, but don't worry, we are. So where else to start but the base of what is going to be very easily the biggest statue we have created thus far. As you can see, the base is an explosion with the directional explosion pointing out what is the back right here. The only thing changing about today's video is that I'm gonna have a base to build my statue on. I'm gonna have it right here and I'm gonna add pieces to it. And I know you're wondering, Nick, what's this fancy new base you got here? Well, it happens to be the box that came with my clone trooper helmet and did a little something special to the box to make sure it would be structurally sound. I stuffed it full of squishmallows. Okay, that was one of the worst ideas I've ever had. So new plan, flip some styrofoam over and use the flat surface. So the guys at Harmmy were super nice and they told me that there was a particular way that this statue needed to be built, i.e. these legs needed to go in before the big old bird. So with no further ado, let's get the first piece of this statue in there. So as you can see, pretty sound fit here. Let me show you essentially. There's a couple of slots where these legs go. So the legs slide in to right there. They tuck in behind that piece of explosion. There was a little butt piece under there, and then there's a little ankle piece that slides in right there. It's perfect, it's a perfect fit. Right about now is when I believe the problems are gonna start happening. You see, I have to transfer this 35-pound bird onto this statue. You see, this bird is one piece, all one piece. And it is, I kid you not, maybe 35 pounds was a stretch, but 20, 25 pounds, so we gotta set it down in these two massive pegs and it should be happy there. Okay, that went pretty well actually. All right, let's do a quick show of what we got. So basically the two things holding this bird in are these massive pegs that go into the explosion. And that's basically it. And the reason that you had to put these legs in first is because if you put the legs in second, you wouldn't be able to wrap them around the bird that well and you'd be rubbing them up against it. So the legs had to go in first because as you can see, the leg is nice and tucked in by that bird talon. Okay, things are going surprisingly well. I don't even know what we should do next. I think we should probably put the legs torso in. This right here is the disembodied torso that's gonna be going on these legs. Look at the flow in this cape. It actually looks like fabric. The way that the Akatsuki cloud is rippled and all of that, it's absolutely gorgeous. And fortunately for us, there's a couple of different places this is gonna be clicking in, so we don't have to worry about this gorgeous torso falling. So this should be a relatively easy little click in. As you can see right about here, we have that little peg that's gonna be going into the torso's chest. So we just slide that peg in, slide the torso down. Easy as that. And just like that, our Akatsuki passenger is starting to take a little bit of form here. But there's some pegs on top of this bird. Big pegs at that. I wonder what could go up there. Well, it's like they say, every relationship has a top and a bottom. And while that's not exactly the dynamic I would lay out for these two, this is who's gonna be up top. See, I'm sure you guys have already figured out who's gonna be riding on top of the giant clay bird, but if you can't figure out who it is, I got another hint for you. And that hint comes in the form of some of the incredible detail on this statue. Obviously, just like with the bottom figure, we have the incredible flowing of the cape, the fact that this thing is heavy, sturdy, the pants look great, but on this figure's hands seem to be tiny little mouths. Now, who do you guys know that has tiny little hand mouths? Well, it's obviously Datara. So let's put Datara where he belongs, on top of his C2 bird. And just like that, as his foot slides into the top of his bird, he is comfortably resting. And I know what you guys are saying, well, Datara looks like he's missing something, and you're absolutely right. He's missing his head, and that's where this piece comes in. Look at the incredible detail on this. Datara's hair, super detailed. He has his eye that he trained to be countered to Genjutsu. I'm sorry, I put it out of focus with my own dumb face. Man, even the headband looks incredible. But even Datara's head looks like it's missing something, and that's not a body. He's missing, of course, his very flamboyant and flowing hair. Honestly, when I first looked at the head, it looked right to me, and then I was like, what's that other yellow piece? And of course, it's just the rest of his hair. Look at the detail on that. It is voluminous. Pantene would be jealous. So now we can give Datara his skull, and then boom, we have a completed Datara on top of our C2 bird. Let's take a closer look at it. What's really cool to me about this statue is that Datara is doing the seal of confirmation, aka the seal he does when he yells cuts and detonates his clay, like he's doing down here. And while that is the majority of the large features done, there's still some pieces we need to tab on to our partner here. Most importantly, his arms, which come in one piece. They're wrapped together around the leg of the C2 bird, and his head. Yes, of course, the partner is Toby. And actually, one of my favorite parts about this entire statue, and it is such a minor detail, is that in Toby's mask, I don't know if you can tell on camera, you can actually see his eye. Here, let me get a better angle for you. It's such a minor detail that they could have just blacked out because that's usually the way Toby is depicted, but the fact that they even made the eye dark like that and hard to see behind the mask, incredible. But enough talking about Toby, let's get him secured on this bird. So his arms are magnetic, and he just clicks in like this around the bird's leg, having a little bit of trouble. I think I have to go a smidge higher. Oh wait, hold up. They were upside down. There we go. Easy as that, magnetic, wrapped up. I'll show you that in a second, but we also gotta give him something to think with. So we throw that head in there, which is also magnetic, and Toby's on there. And as you can see, we have our completed passenger. Toby hanging onto the leg of the C2 bird. Now that the really big pieces are on, we just have a couple of other more minor, kind of clerical pieces we need to slap on, like the rest of these smaller C2 birds. The only problem is these birds aren't numbered, and there's no box for me to look at, so I just have to match their peg holes with a hole on the base somewhere, and I'm having trouble finding those. I'm dumb. All of the birds come out of this bird. Look at this big ass hole. How did I miss that? This bird goes right there, nice and snug. It's flying off of the wing. And then these two also come out of the bird, but in a more different conformation, like this one goes right there. That is so cool. I'm gonna give you guys a closer look in a second. And then our last one goes right up here, I believe. And then boom, we got all of our birds coming out of our, well, you know, bird. Man, these birds add so much motion to what is already a very motion-filled statue, especially this one right here, because I've never seen a peg like that. A peg in the bottom of an upward turned wing, and then this bird up here to accentuate how large this one is in scale to all of them. Incredible. So the last thing I need to do is add these C1 spiders. And what's awesome about these spiders is that they all have a number on their peg that correlates to a number in the base. It's a bit like how I built my Hashirama Pikachu, where all of the arms had a corresponding peg. So this spider is number 3, which means it goes right here. Easy as that. This spider is number 1, which means it goes there. This spider is number 4, which means it goes right about here. This spider is number 2, which means it goes there. This is a lot easier than building my Hashirama Pikachu was. I took 12 minutes to do that. This is number 5, which goes, oh God, okay, maybe I spoke too soon. That was all the big spiders. Now I have to do the little ones. All right, so I got all of the spiders in, even though technically the smaller spiders only have 6 legs, which wouldn't make them spiders, which only leaves these magnetic clip-in explosions. I don't really know where these go. I think they might go on the bird's wings because one of the birds I put on this bird had one, so we'll see if they clip on. Yeah, they go on the bird's wings. That's pretty easy. And just like that, we have the completed statue, guys. Oh my goodness, it looks incredible. So just so you guys know, the final touches were these little like cloud-like things that I attached to the wings of the bird to show even more motion. But let's go ahead and get a full look at the statue. Obviously, we have Datara on top with his seal of confirmation. We have the giant C2 bird all of the little C1 spiders here on the base. And speaking of the base down there, well, of course, we have our passenger Toby, who, as we know, we can see the eye of. Then off the wings, we have these additional C2 birds. And out the back, we have the trail of the explosion. The detail of this statue is absolutely astounding. Datara even has his mesh t-shirt on. Under his collar, his hands have little mouths. Both him and Toby have the correct nail colors. And then obviously there's this base, this explosion with all of the C1 spiders. It's absolutely gorgeous when you look at it from a distance, and so imposing because of the sheer size of this one piece C2 bird. I can say with absolute certainty that this is my favorite statue I've ever been sent. Every single piece snapped in with ease. They were numbered perfectly, just like with these spiders, in the sheer size of it. I mean, this thing is probably bigger than Itachi in his Susanoo, and that thing weighs like 50 pounds. Fortunately for me, I have enough space for literally one more statue, and it's at the edge of my desk, so that's where this is gonna go. But I also have 2 more statues being sent to me right now, and I have no idea where they're gonna go. So let's get this thing in its spot. To say fitting Datara in there was a balancing act is a stretch. His wing is literally pushed up against my noise canceling foam, and one of the birds is taking a nosedive into a Susanoo. But man, oh my, would you look at the collection and how it's growing. They're accidentally, mind you, going up in size as they go left to right. But how cool is this? I never thought I would see the day I would have 3 massive Naruto statues, 2 of which that were given to me. So guys, if you want incredible, high quality, and well-priced statues like this, guys, Harmmy Anime is the place to go. You can either go to their brick and mortar location in the Santa Anita Mall in Arcadia, California, or guys, you can go to one of their 2 websites where they sell these statues all across the world. But if you guys are trying to get your hands on these statues before anybody else, they have an Instagram where they post all their brand new statues in both their brick and mortar and their online stores. So what are you guys waiting for? You could have something as incredible as this sitting on your desk too. And guys, once again, thank you for checking in for this second unboxing video on the Hammer's collection page. Well, at least second big unboxing, and we have a lot more coming. If you guys liked this video, please, for me, make sure you like the video, subscribe to the page, and hit that noti bell. Because the more you guys blow this video up, the more of these statues I get to unbox. But that being said, I don't know where I'm gonna put them.